you?
I thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank
The call is all yours.
Wonderful. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Actually, live from Palm Springs, California. Beautiful sunny day. The rain is finally over in California. And thank you so much for taking the time to be with me this afternoon. I will take through our presentation on Explora Journeys. It's a brand new European luxury ocean travel brand. We don't call ourselves a cruise, and you will see why. That will be launching this summer on July 17 of this year in Southampton in the UK. As you can hear, I am not from Southern California. I am French Canadian from Montreal. So if you miss something I say because of my accent during the presentation, please make sure you enter it in the chat box and we'll look at all of the questions at the end of the presentation. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. I can do so right here. And Ms. T, let me know if you can see my screen right now.
Yes, we can see it very clear.
Wonderful. So welcome everybody to Explora Journeys. So Explora Journeys is actually the passion, is the dream project of the Aponte Vago family. The Aponte Vago family are located in Geneva, Switzerland. They are one of the richest and most influential family in Europe. And they've been in the cargo, shipping, and maritime industry for over 300 years. So they have 300 years of seafaring tradition to their blood. But they always had the dream to redefine luxury ocean travel for the next generation. And that's why they created Explora Journeys. So as I mentioned, we don't see ourselves as a cruise line. We see ourselves as a creator of journeys. And we are building the brand to be more of a luxury hotel at sea and less than a typical cruise per se. The brand was actually created based on feedback from clients. So starting in 2019, we surveyed with the help of McKinsey Consulting over 20,000 customers worldwide. Clients like your clients, people both luxury cruisers and people that never been on a cruise ship before. And we asked those guests, those clients, what's important to you when you travel? What do you value? And if you are not currently cruising, why is that? What would it take for you to take an ocean travel trip? What came out of those conversations was 4 main pillars. They told us they wanted space. They told us they wanted choices. They don't want to be told where to eat, at what time, and what to watch every night in terms of entertainment. They told us to pay attention to design. Don't look like any other cruise ship. Be a little bit more modern, more lifestyle. And then destination experiences. Go places that maybe I've never been before. And when we go there, please give me more time. Do overnights, do late departure. So based on all that feedback, that's how the brand was built. They believe so much in this project that we're actually building a fleet of 6 brand new ships. And we're not going to confuse you with ship names. We're going to keep it very easy. Explora 1 to 6. So Explora 1 will launch this summer on July 17, followed by Explora 2, our sister ship that will launch on August 12 of 2024. Then we'll take a little break to breathe in 2025. We'll bring Explora 3 in 26. We'll bring 4 and 5 in 27, and then Explora 6 in 2028. So a very aggressive order right here. All of the ships are brand new and all being built by Culinary in Italy. So Explora 1 is currently being finished in Trieste, right outside of Venice. So there she is, Explora 1, or could be Explora 2, because the boat ship will be identical. So we are a medium ocean travel brand. So we are not river, we are not expedition, we're purely ocean travel. A ship of this size is considered medium size. It's 64,000 tons. I myself don't come from the cruise industry. I came from luxury hospitality, and I was with Ritz-Carlton for so many years. So tonnage means nothing to me. But what does that mean when you compare it with other lines? There's another line out there that has a ship that is exactly 64,000 tons. That ship carries 2,700 passengers. On Explora, we only have 461 suites, all oceanfront, all terrace. So if you do the math, that brings us to a maximum of about 900 ships. So we have the highest space to guest ratio in the industry. And you can see the beautiful shape of the ship. And that's on purpose. The ship was designed by Martin Francis, who's a famous architect of private super yacht. So even though we are larger than a super yacht, you can see the fine line, especially at the aft of the ship, which is the back of the ship that you see on the right here, with a beautiful step stair design that's very reminiscent of a yacht. I love this photo right here because this is a rendering of our lobby. If you didn't know that Explora Journey was an ocean travel experience and you only see this photo and you show that photo to your client, they will say, wow, that's a beautiful hotel lobby. Which hotel is it? It could be a hotel in New York, in London, in Singapore, but this is our lobby on board Explora. Actually, the daughter of our founder, Miss Alexa Aponte, she's 55 years old. She's in charge of our project. She herself and her husband have been going to the Milan Furniture Show every year to pick all of the pieces of furniture that we will have on board. So some beautiful European designer, very unique pieces as well to be more lifestyle and more contemporary. So it's not your mass market cruise ship furniture made in China that you see everywhere. So very, very beautiful details. And now I'm going to show you a video that will take you inside of our accommodation. Enjoy. It's our beautiful accommodation, as I mentioned earlier, 461 suite on board Explora, all oceanfront, all terrace. The ocean terrace suite are 302 square feet of indoor space and a beautiful terrace that's 75 square feet. Every single suite on board Explora come with beautiful Frette linen, Dyson hair dryer in every single of the suite. And we really want the guests to connect with the ocean. The ocean is a big part of our story. We are all about preservation of the ocean at Explora Journeys. So on the large terrace, you have a dining table for two, so you can really enjoy a meal outdoor. On most cruise ship, you have 2 chairs and a coffee table, which is great for your morning coffee or your afternoon glass of wine. But if you really want to have a real meal, you need that table and that beautiful sunbed as well to enjoy coastal cruising as well. Then we move up to our penthouses. We have 4 different categories of penthouses with different floor plan. So always review those with your clients if they want a little bit more space. And of course, the terraces grow as well when we go up. And then our top suite categories are ocean residences. Unfortunately, they are not for sale, even if we call them residences. We only call this way because they are truly our homes at sea. They go up to 1,600 square feet of space. Every single one of them, you get your personal jacuzzi whirlpool on your terrace, and you have access to a team of private butlers as well. But if you need a little bit more space, we do have our iconic owner's residence. This is the largest accommodation on board. It's 3,014 square feet of indoor and outdoor space. It is a one-bedroom suite that can connect to the ocean terrace next door to create a two-bedroom suite. It is located on deck 8 at the aft of the ship, so the back of the ship, and they have this whole wraparound terrace. And they have their own dip pool and their outdoor shower as well. It's a beautiful accommodation. And then we talk about onboard experiences. Remember, the client tell us, please give me choices. So we actually are building a beautiful culinary team. Culinary food and beverage is a big part of our story. Frank Garinger, which is a gentleman with the blue glasses here, is our head of culinary. Frank joined us most recently from Oceania Cruises, where he was the number 2 behind Jacques Papin. And then Christophe Sapi on his right is our head of pastry. And Christophe joined us from the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in Hong Kong. And these gentlemen are building for us a collection of 6 restaurants and 12 bars and lounges. So we do not have a main dining room on board Explora. The concept is you go for dinner wherever you want, at whatever time you want. One night you want to join us at 6 p.m. because you had a long day and you're a little bit tired, you go for it. But let's say the next day you've been at the pool all day and you had a few glasses of rosé maybe, and you go back to your suite and you're like, geez, I just need a little disconnect before dinner. Go for it, relax, join us later. Some of the restaurants will accept late seating as late as 10:30 p.m. And this next video will actually take you inside each of the restaurants. And I know it's almost dinner time for everybody, so I apologize if this is gonna make you hungry, but enjoy. So wonderful culinary option. As you saw, a collection of 6 restaurants, 5 of them, Sakura, Met Club, Fil Rouge, Emporium, and Marco & Co. are all included in the Journey Fare. And the Anthology restaurant will have an experience fee. So Sakura, of course, Pan-Asian, that's where we're gonna have our sushi. We'll be serving cold and hot sushi like they do traditionally in Japan as well. And we'll have a sake sommelier on staff as well. Then Marble & Co. will be our European-style steakhouse with wonderful cuts of meats from all around the world. I love the Met Club, which is our Mediterranean restaurant, of course, because this, what you see right now, is the bar side of Met Club. So you can come, if you're not really hungry for a full dinner, you can come here and have some tapas with a nice glass of cava, maybe to start your evening. The Emporium Marketplace, that's where really we feel like the guests will spend most of their time. This is open almost 24-hour breakfast, lunch, dinner, late evening, 18 live cooking station. So you go and you interact with the chef, you see what they are preparing, and the server will bring it to the table for you. We want to make sure here that we are always destination relevant, meaning that we would feature the cuisine and the best dishes from the destination where the ship is currently sailing. Fil Rouge is our French-inspired international restaurant. But even though you see white tablecloth in this room, we are not a formal experience. So gentlemen, no jacket, no tie. Ladies, you can keep the ball gown at home. You don't need to bring it on vacation. We are resort casual on board Explora Journeys. If you want to dress up, of course, go for it. It's your vacation, it's your special time, or maybe you're celebrating a special occasion. However, it is not mandatory. And then Anthology. I mentioned Anthology is the only space that we're going to have an experience fee. And the reason for that is a very small venue, only 47 seats. And the best way to describe Anthology is a pop-up restaurant where we're going to partner with two and three Michelin star chefs. So really genius in the culinary world. Chefs that never had any other project at sea with any other cruise lines. These chefs will come and own that space for 4 to 5 months. So they're going to be serving the best of their menus that they have at their own restaurant. And often those are restaurants that has a few weeks or a few months of a waiting list to get into. So our first chef will join us on our inaugural on July 17, all the way to New York City at the end of September. And then a new chef will join us for our Eastern Canada, New England season. And we'll be announcing the chef very soon. The experience fee will vary per chef. For example, our first chef was an Italian chef that we're going to reveal soon. His menu will be 195 euro per guest, and you can add an additional 75 euro if you want to do the wine pairing as well. And those will be wines that are not available anyplace else on board the ship. And then entertainment. If you've been on a cruise before, you know that what happened at dinner. So everybody's looking at their watches or their phone to see what time it is because they're scared to not get good seat in the theater for the Broadway show. None of that is happening on Explora Journeys. So you can keep your watch in your safe, in your beautiful suite. You should have dinner. You should have dessert at dinner every single night. You don't have to rush. You're on vacation. And when you're done with your dining experience, then you join us if you want to go out tonight. And what we have is a collection of 12 bars and lounges. And every single space will have a different vibe every night. So if you feel like dancing tonight, one of the lounge will have the live DJ or the live band. But let's say that's not your jam today. You want to listen to maybe some jazz or to a great pianist. And we have a wonderful partnership with Steinway & Son. We're actually going to have 3 of their pianos on each of our ship. And that gives us access to their wonderful artists that partners with them. So the idea is you get pulled into a venue by what you hear, by what you see, and we don't push you into a large theater for any type of production show. And this last video I'm going to show you will take you inside those beautiful bars and lounges. I don't know about you, but I am ready for a cocktail. So you saw our beautiful bars and lounges. During the day, we will be using those spaces for what we call our Luminary program. So we will have the guest speakers, the storytellers, people that will come to enhance the journey of our guests. Those will be leaders in the world of travel, culinary, politics, anthropology, whatever it might be. So several opportunities for our guests to connect with those luminary on board. We'll have a small casino as well, very small, 19 slot machines and 4 tables that can do blackjack, poker, baccarat, and American roulette. And please note the casino is 100% non-smoking. There's actually no indoor smoking anywhere on board Explora Journeys. You saw those beautiful pools also in the last video. So on a beautiful sunny day, on a sea day, you don't have to wake up early. You don't have to have your husband wake up early to go to the top deck and save some chair with a flip-flop or a magazine or sunscreen. We have plenty of space for everybody. Again, we want to create space and privacy. That's what the guests told us was important to them. So having 4 pools, everybody's spread out. So 3 of the pools are outdoor. And of course, we have a beautiful indoor pool under a retractable glass roof, as we cannot control the weather everywhere. And please note that the Helios pool, the one you see at the bottom left on deck 12, that's an adult-only space. That's 18 plus, as we do welcome families on board Explora Journeys. Of course, we are not Royal Caribbean. We are not Disney Cruises. You didn't see any water slide or go-karting on board our ship. However, we will have a dedicated space for children and teens that's going to be staffed year-round, so not just on holidays or during the summer season. So we have the perfect luxury option for your affluent family that want an ocean travel experience. And then let's talk about ocean wellness. If you've been on a cruise ship before, if you've been on a spa on a cruise ship before, you might have come home with a few products, because on most cruise ships, the spa is always operated by a third-party company, not by the cruise line themselves. And what happened is that company is there to generate revenue. So they try to sell you product. They try to sell you a day pass to use the steam room or the sauna. They want to sign you up for the yoga or the Pilates for $15, for $20. So there's always a charge for everything. And it takes away for being a true relaxing experience. So we want to create on board what you find at a luxury resort. So beautiful spa with 11 treatment rooms, 2 of them being 2 private suites with dedicated outdoor relaxation area. You can see the beautiful facilities here. We have wonderful brand products. So for a facial, we'll be using a brand from Switzerland, as we are a Swiss company. Dr. Levy from Switzerland, who's a renowned doctor in skincare. And also you can see 2 other brands we'll be using in our treatment and wellness programs. But even if your client doesn't book a massage or a facial, they still have access complimentary to all of the spa facilities. So they can go use the steam room, the sauna, to experience the salt cave or the ice fall. All of that is included in the journey fare. We do not charge a day pass to use the facilities. Of course, staying in shape, very important for so many travelers these days, even on vacation. So we have a wonderful state-of-the-art fitness facilities. All of our equipment is from Technogym. We have a wellness studio, as you can see here. We'll be offering a minimum of 5 fitness and wellness classes per day. All of those complimentary as well. The only thing that will have a fee is a private training session, for example, with an instructor. As you can see, we have 2 Pilates reformer machine as well. We have an open air fitness, so there's no excuse not to exercise on a sunny day. We'll have our spin bike, our rower, our private training area outdoor as well. We'll have a running track. We'll have a sports court where we can do pickleball, touch tennis, half basketball, and we'll do some outdoor yoga classes there. And then we have in-suite fitness. So many people that got used to exercise in the privacy of their own home during the pandemic. So when you stay in one of our penthouses and one of our residents, automatically in your suite, you will have a Technogym bench, as you can see here. So with a collection of free weights, resistance band, and then on your TV, you have on-demand fitness classes as well. So now that we've explored the ship, where do we go? So let's look at this map, and I will tell you a big change that we just made as well. So this map will get revised in the coming weeks. But first, let's concentrate on the red line. The beauty of Explora Journeys is we don't home port anywhere. We never repeat the same journey twice. So the ship is always on a continuous journey. So actually, you book your client on a segment, and each journey average about 8 nights. But the beauty of never repeating is you can attach back to back to back for a client that want to stay longer, or they want to create their own mini world cruise. So let's find the number 1, which is at the top of the screen. So number 1 is our inaugural this summer. It is a Norwegian Fjord Itineraries going from Southampton, UK to Copenhagen. It's a 15-night, and we still have space available. So in your database, if you have any of those inaugural seeker clients that always want to be on a new ship and to be the first one on it, this is the itinerary for them. Once we get to Copenhagen, then we actually make our way to the British Isle. So we'll be in the UK, Ireland, Scotland. We happen to be in Scotland at the time of the military tattoo. Again, if the military tattoo has been a bucket list item for a client, this is the time to do it. Then we go to Iceland. And then in September, as you can see, between number 3 and 4 will be our crossing. It's a 16-night Reykjavik, Iceland to New York City. And the beauty of this itinerary, it's not your typical cross-Atlantic, where you have sea days on end. This makes stop in Iceland, in Greenland, in Labrador, Eastern Canada, before arriving to New York City. We'll be in Eastern Canada, my hometown, and New England for the fall season. Then in November, we'll go down to the Caribbean. That's where we're going to welcome 2024, and we'll be there until late January. Then winter of 24, we'll be going to Latin America. We'll go to Rio for Carnival. Then in March, we'll cross the Panama Canal, up the Pacific West Coast to Vancouver, BC. Then we'll go to Hawaii, and then back to Vancouver. Where you see number 8 was our original Alaska season. And just last week, we announced that we are canceling Alaska for summer of 24. There are too many ships in Alaska now, especially since COVID. Everybody has put many of their ships in that region, and sales were a little bit softer on that region. But what we heard from you, our travel advisor, and from your client is you wanted us to be in the Med in the summer of 24. So what we're going to do, once we go back to Vancouver after Honolulu, we'll go back the Pacific West Coast, we cross the Panama Canal to Miami, and then we'll have our crossing, which will be Miami to Lisbon. And we'll arrive in the Med in early June of 2024. Those new itineraries for Explora One will be released before the end of this month. So please be on the lookout for that. So we'll have 2 full months of Med itineraries with Explora One, and then Explora 2, which is the blue line, which will join the fleet on August 12 of 2024. And she will do the end of the season of the Med, so she will be in the Med until October. And then we'll continue to Egypt, Middle East, India, East Africa, the Indian Ocean, all the way to South Africa. So all of those itineraries here are open for sale today. As I mentioned, we do a lot of overnights. We do a lot of late departure as well. So we spend more time at the destination. And to give you an idea, as I said, the average of each journey is about 8 nights. So what is included and what is not included in the journey fare? So pretty much with a few exceptions that I mentioned, everything is included from the moment you get on board. So all of your culinary experiences, all of your beverages, so unlimited fine wine, premium spirits, specialty coffee, soft drink, minibar. We have a wonderful partnership with Moet Hennessy. So our house champagne, the champagne that's free-flowing, available for everybody on board, is Moet and Chardon. Then access to the spa facilities and the wellness and fitness classes that we just mentioned. All of your tips, all of your gratuities, all included. High-speed Wi-Fi, that's a topic in the cruise industry. So we're actually putting a router in every single suite on board Explora. So you're going to be able to connect as many devices as you want. It's going to be strong enough to stream as well. It's going to be 3 times faster than the current available Wi-Fi in the cruise industry. You get welcome to your suite with a beautiful bottle of champagne, also for Moet Hennessy, and way more. So when you book your client in a penthouse or an ocean residences, they get additional benefit as well. If it's laundry, if it's transfer, things like that. And then we are part of TLN. So when Travel Leader Network. So when you book your client with us on any journeys that happen to be 7 nights or longer, and that's pretty much about 90% of our journey, your client will receive automatically, and you don't need to request this. They will receive €300 per suite or $150 per guest journey experience credit, which is our term for shipboard credit. So they can use it for spa treatment. They can use it for the Anthology restaurant or pop-up restaurant or shopping as well. So please remind that. And we also, it's not mentioned here, but we're also part of Distinctive Voyages, the hosted program of TLN. So if you are yourself a host with Distinctive Voyages or you want to become a host, we have wonderful opportunity as well And if you book your client on a journey that happened to be hosted, of course, they're going to be welcome. They're going to be invited to a welcome reception, and they will get an additional experience as well. What are not included are our destination experiences. That's our term for shore excursion. And we offer 5 different categories of them. So for different physical capacity as well. Our groups will never be more than 25 guests. So very small group, lots of tailor-made where people do their own private destination experiences as well. Very important to us. So you're not in a big bus and you don't follow any umbrella. So now let's talk about our generous commission program for all of you. We actually rely on you at Explora Journeys to share our story with your client. Most of your clients, as of today, they've never heard of us. We don't do television ad. We don't do radio ad. We barely do any ads in magazine because we want the business to go through you. We want you to benefit from having your client. We don't have a direct customer sales team. All of us on my team, we all work uniquely with our travel advisor. So for that, we ask you to please put us in the mix when you're talking to someone that want to go on an ocean experience and you're used to selling your regular traditional line, if it's Regent, Silver Seas, Seabourn, please add Explora Journeys in the conversation. Or even with your land lover, people that swear they will never go on a cruise before. We are the perfect experience for them to get on board a ship for the first time. So please introduce us as well. So for all that work that you're going to do on our behalf, we want to compensate you. So we pay you 18% commission with no NCF whatsoever. So no non-commissionable fare. You get the full amount of your commission. We also pay you 10% on all add-on. So everything that you pre-book for a guest prior to them joining us, you get 10%. So if those are transfer, pre and post hotel, and those destination experiences, if they book them prior to joining us, you get 10% of that as well. We have one of the most flexible move policy in the business. We try to eliminate as many administration fees as possible. We want to be joyful to do business with. We also have 3 different group programs. So if you are a group specialist or you're interested to do a group with us, please reach out to me directly. I'll be happy to share more about our group programming. We are also very successful with solo guests. So we will never charge 200% for solo travelers. Our solo fare starts at 115% to a maximum of 175. So we go from 115 to 130 to 150 to 175. And as you saw, we don't have any solo accommodation. So we actually offer single supplement on all suite category, even on residences. And then as you know, in the cruise world, there are a lot of promotion over promotion over promotion, because all of our main competitors are all part of big public company. They have to fill every single cabins they have. We have the beauty of being private, to have our family owners. We don't answer to any shareholders. We don't answer to Wall Street. So we want to make the progress of pricing very easy. First of all, we will never discount. So the prices you see today will either stay the same or will go up by the time your client join us. So if you have those clients that have been trained to wait a little, oh wait, the price will go down. Let's wait a little, the price will go down. Never with us. It's better to book early. And to encourage them to book early, but also pay in full, if they decide to pay in full at time of booking, instead of just putting down a deposit, they will save a flat 5% on their journey fare. And just to give you an idea, our deposits are 25%. Lastly, we share a lot of information during the past 41 minutes together. So the best way to stay in touch with us, as you saw, we have so many announcements that will be coming up soon. Who will be our guest chef in Anthology? Who will be our godmother? Everything that we announce it through our newsletter called The Hub. The Hub, you will only receive it if you sign up for our Travel Advisor Center. So this is my one homework for you today. Please go on explorajourneys.com/travel-advisors or simply explorajourneys.com. And at the top right of your screen, you will see Travel Advisor. And please sign up to be part of our community. And please accept to receiving those newsletters. But in addition, of course, to being in our database, you will have access to different tools. First of all, our booking suite. So if you are tech savvy, you don't want to pick up the phone to make a reservation, you want to be able to research the journeys yourself, price it for your client, take an option, make a deposit, do the final deposit, all of that without talking to anybody. You can do that in our booking suite. Then we have our knowledge suite. This is our online learning platform. This is, I know, everybody gets excited about Explora Journeys. And every time I do a webinar, then I get a few emails saying, hey, how can I get on board? Do you have any travel advisor rates? Yes, we do. But in order to get them, you have to do the knowledge suite first. Once you complete the knowledge suite, then you can email me. And then you can say, hey, Jonathan, I would love to join you in the Caribbean. I've been looking at this itinerary with my husband. This is the one we want to do. Can you give me a travel advisor rate on it? So I would say that the best way to get on board is to do the knowledge suite and then check availability for me. Our travel agent rate goes from $200 to $350 per person per day. And to give you an idea, our prices at Explora Journey are about from $600 to about $1,000 per person per day. So you get a great saving with our travel advisor rate. Then we have our marketing suite. Some of you might have seen before, if we've met before at some trade show, we have a beautiful booklet, our little brochure, but we don't use the word brochure. We call them booklets. They are A5 format, beautiful, kind of a mini coffee table book. If you need any of those, please email me. Happy to send it to you, to your office, to clients directly. We can do so easily. You just have to email me, send me your email, your address, sorry, or the mailing address of your client, and we'll send them some booklets. However, we have way more digital assets as well, and those are all located on the marketing suite. So all of our brochures, booklets, everything inside the marketing suite. And on that, I think we have some time for some Q&A. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can see if we have any question that came in. I'll put back my camera so you can see me. And I don't know, T, how you do the Q&A usually?
Yes, thank you so much, Jonathan.
You're welcome.
You did a phenomenal job. There were a couple, it looks like you answered some questions as you were presenting. Got a lot of thank yous in the box right now. Awesome
Good.
job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your email address, Jonathan.
Oh, yes. Good one. Let me actually put it right here in the chat. So you will have access to it right now. So you have that. Here you go. So I just put it there. So it's jonathan.amo@explorajourneys.com.
Thank you for that. Everybody jot that down. I also put the website in the chat as well.
And I know because I heard at the beginning where everybody was located. We have people from all across the country on this call. We have a full team. It's not just me at Explora Journeys. So when you register on the travel advisor, it's going to ask you, where are you physically located? So important to us to know that. So if my colleague in Chicago, in Atlanta, in Miami, if they do an event, we pull that data from the travel advisor center. So we know where our advisor are physically located, because nobody lives where the IATA is registered. That's an old-fashioned concept. So please make sure you register so we know you're there. So if we do an event, a training, you know, our fam trip, we know you're in the area. A ship tour, ship inspection, we'll be doing a lot of those when the ship is on our side of the world. So please make sure you register so we know you're there.
So once everyone goes on and they register on the site, the explorajourneys.com/travel advisors.
Very good.
Then they'll be able to get connected with the closest person in their city.
Exactly. You will see all of our contact information. The beauty is at Explora Journeys, we don't have personal sales goal. You want to work with me, even if you're in Alabama, you work with me. I'd be happy to work with you. We work as a team. We're one team, one goal. We don't define a region. You know, oh, that's not my advisor. She's in your region. You deal with her. No, we help each other. So whatever works for you, for your time zone, you can work with whoever you want on our team. Or maybe you already have a relationship with someone of our team that came from a different cruise line or different hotel that you do business with. So you can continue with that same person.
Great, great, great. That is so awesome. Everyone, if you have any questions for Jonathan, Right now would be the great time to get those questions in. We did have one that popped up that asked, when we register for our agency, we put Archer's info, and I'm going to say yes, you will use your host agency and their IATA number for registration.
Exactly. So you're going to put your host agency, and then it's going to ask you on the confirmation, which name do you want it to appear? Because sometimes maybe your client doesn't know you under your host agency. They know maybe by Elizabeth Travels and Adventures. And that's what you want to be written on the confirmation. It's going to ask you for that as well when you register. But it's important that you put your host so you know where you are, that we can associate you with TLN. So you get your 18% commission and you get that shipboard credit for your client. Very important that we know that you're part of the consortium. Yeah.
Great. TLN, that's Travel Leaders Network. Yes, thank you.
Travel Leaders Network. It's something I forgot. Actually, I just got reminded today. We have a TLN incentive for all of you. So first, you have to be registered on the Travel Advisor Center. Secondly, you just have to make a booking between March 15 that we just passed to the end of May, until May 31st. Just book us, book away. Every booking that you make give you 1 entry. If you make a booking for 2023 journey, you get 2 entry. You don't have to enter anything. We will, behind the scene, calculate all of that, and then we'll have a winner that will win a complimentary journey with us on Explora One. So that's our TLN booking incentive that we just launched mid-March.
Yeah. Nice. And is that for the maiden voyage, July?
It's actually going to be on any 2023 journey.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So you can join us in Europe this summer if you want to. You can join us in Eastern Canada or New England, or maybe in the Caribbean later this year. So you're going to be able to pick.
Great. Okay, guys, you heard it. Make sure you register. Try to get those bookings in.
Exactly.
Someone asked for a copy of the presentation. No, we don't, but you will see that there is a link for the recordings that we have for our Wednesday calls. So you can certainly go back and review this on that link.
Perfect. And Tia, I saw a question about marketing. Yes, once you are registered under the Travel Advisor Center, you will have access to the marketing suite. And that's where you can find all of the digital assets. So our e-brochure and many others that you can actually forward to client to introduce us to them. We also have in the marketing suite a letter that you can have copy paste, put it in your own world, right? Because we wrote it kind of on your behalf, but make it yours. So it's a way to introduce Explora Journeys to your client. Say, hey, I was just on this webinar. I learned about this new company. I think you would love it. And I know you wanted to go to the Caribbean next winter, or whatever you want to say, right? So we created that for you so you can modify it as well. So really, please register because we have so much information for you available in that Travel Advisor Center. Yeah. If we work with international advisor, of course, we work with everybody. So we have a sales team in Canada, in Mexico, in Brazil, in Europe, in Australia. So we work with everybody. So yes.
Awesome. Yeah, we are global. We do have agents in Australia as well as the office there, Mexico as well too. So yeah, we have some agents outside in different areas all around.
Wonderful. So on the Travel Advisor Center, you will also see our entire sales team. So you will see maybe who's your contact in your region of the world as well. So you can reach out for additional assistance. Yeah. Question that actually I forgot to mention, but every time I talk about that 300 euro shipboard credit, journey experience credit, then people say, oh, do I sell the journey in euro? What's the currency? So the currency on board the ships is the euro, no matter where we are in the world. But you sell based on where your agency is located. So if you're in the US, you have access to both USD and Canadian dollars. If you're in Canada, you can do Canadian dollar and USD. If you're in Mexico, you can sell in your local currency as well. So I think we have 9 different currency that you can sell, but it has to be based where you are located and where you are registered. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think there's some questions. Anyone that's asking questions about the registration info for our host agency, Archer Travel, that information can be found in your travel cafe. You'll be able to see all the contact information for Archer there, and that will provide you with the address, phone number, everything that you need for our host agency to register. I don't think, let's see, what is the agency type?
If it's Archer, will be a host agency. So that
Okay.
should be an option. And then it's going to ask you, are you a home-based agent? Are you working in an office? Or things like that. So you can answer to your best of your capacity. I think what's important, I'm going to mention it, when you register as an advisor and asking you your host agency information, make sure you put, and maybe T, you can confirm, what is the right phone number? Because the phone number is what's going to link you to the Archer main profile. So you have to enter the agency kind of main number, and that's how it gets merged together.
So for us, for all of the cruise lines, and I'm putting it in the chat, 818-248-9141 is the phone number.
Fantastic. So when it's asking you your personal information, then it's going to ask you information about your agency. Please make sure you enter that number, so then it will merge you under the correct account.
And then I just want to check something while you're doing that. Let's see, any more questions while I'm looking online for something else?
I'm going back.
Jonathan, you did a great overview. I think you answered a lot as you were going through.
Good. It's a lot. I mean, you know, as a new brand, there's so much to cover. So it's always hard to try.
About it. Yeah, I'm super excited about it.
So we're gonna have more and more for sure. And actually this morning, we just announced our godmother for Explora One is going to be Dr. Sylvia Earle, who's a lady that spent her entire life fighting for the preservation of the ocean, what she called our blue planet. As I mentioned during the presentation, the ocean is our home. We want to protect it. It's a big part of our mission. Because most cruise lines, they talk about their ship and the parties and the water slides. You know, they don't talk about the ocean, truly. And want to make sure, you know, that's part of our DNA. So instead of naming, you know, an actress or a singer as our godmother, we want to make sure to have someone that really resonated with our core value, which is the preservation of the ocean. So Dr. Sylvia Earle, will be with us in Rome on July the 18th for our big naming ceremony. And then we will bring the ship to Southampton for the maiden journey.
Nice, nice.
So I said that someone registered, got the welcome email, but you cannot log in yet. Yes, it takes a few days. So then our team behind the scene will approve your registration, and then you will get your confirmation and you will be ready to go in.
Thank you for confirming that. So
You're
all
welcome.
you early birds,
They're
getting registered. They're getting registered. So make sure, again, as Jonathan stated, allow that time for your registration to process and to be approved. And you should receive an email once that is approved.
Exactly. And if you do not, if you have any issues, please reach out to me and I put you in the right hands. Because IT is not my forte. I'm good at sales, but anything technology, reach out to me, but I'm going to direct you to the professionals.
That's a good thing. As long as you can get us in touch with who we need to talk to, that's fine. I'm gonna, I know the messages are bumping up. I'm gonna put Jonathan's email in one more time, since I know that we're putting in questions and they're kind of bumping. So make sure that you guys are jotting that down.
Exactly. And T, I don't know if on your intranet, there's a place, you know, to put my contact information. Maybe that would be a good place as well. I don't know if you guys have a kind of a database internally. I don't know if we've done that yet.
If you, yeah, I know you connected with one of our other partners. We'll make sure that we get that information out there as we post the link again for the recap of the recording. We can, we can put that information out.
Great, thank you.
All right, getting a lot of kudos still. Everyone's saying great presentation, and thank you. Final questions, we have a couple of minutes. Any final questions or thoughts? I think everybody's excited as I am.
Good. Everybody's hungry, everybody's thirsty after looking at those beautiful restaurants and bars. I know I'm ready for my cocktail.
All right, well, if no more questions, again, everyone, let's say, you know, clap it up for Jonathan in the chat box. We thank you again for your time. This was awesome, a great presentation.
Thank you so much, everybody.
make sure you have his information down. If you have additional questions, again, as it relates to the information you need for Archer for our host agency, check the Travel Cafe. The Travel Cafe is your friend. There is all the contact information that you need there. So again, thank you, Jonathan, so much for taking time out to share this awesome introduction to this new, I don't want to call it a cruise.
I know, ocean travel experience.
The ocean travel experience. It does look like it is just that. So on behalf of our one-star platinum and elite travel team from Mrs. Nina Jackson Mitchell, as well as Evolution and Archer Travel, thank you guys for joining this evening. This call is officially over, and we'll see you again on our next training. Have a good night.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Bye-bye.